Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Ishan Isaaq with Ishan on Air, and we are in 2025. This is the first program in 2025. So, Happy New Year to all of you. But I start this program today with a somber news in terms of what happened, which was shocking and horrifying. And certainly, I'm running out of words to even talk about this devastation is senseless or pure evil or something that is completely unrelated to humanity with regards to the events that happened in Vegas in front of the Trump International Tower with that cyber truck that was an active duty U.S. Army Green Beret that basically is considered as a special U.S. forces from U.S. Army Special Forces. So we'll talk a little bit about that. What is a Green Beret? Because I didn't know a lot about different types of specialized forces, and I knew about Marines because we saw, Marines and the SEALs and all those type of terms in various movies, in Hollywood movies, but especially a Green Beret. Not many people know about them. I heard about them before because I have some, family members and friends they serve in U.S. Armed Forces. So it's very sad to see when an active duty basically gets into this kind of mental health illness issue. On the other end, we also heard the news with regards to New Orleans, that massacre, senseless killing, people who were just celebrating on the Bourbon Street. I have been there myself, when I was in school and even with family, what have you. And people just have a good time on that Bourbon Street. And unfortunately, what we saw and how it got covered, where last news, as it's reported, it's 14. Before they were saying 15, then they said 14 people have lost their lives. And then almost 35, 40, they're injured based on the report. So this is something which really puts me in this somber mood today, because I have to cover it in a sense that we need to talk about these kind of issues as well. Because this guy in New Orleans, I personally believe that he also had a mental health illness issue, but unfortunately the way media covered it, and then since his name is not Matthew Linsberger, his name is Shamsuddin Jabbar last name. So then it becomes a completely different political rhetoric that we see in our own country, where sometimes, unfortunately, religion is linked to these kind of terrorist activities. What does that religion have to do with it? Because no one can claim to be following any kind of faith and then still take innocent human lives. And even if someone talks about faith and still take human lives, is actually not faithful to his or her religion. So that is the crux of the matter. So that's why we have to tread very carefully. We should not rush to jump to conclusions. That's what smart people do. And we as Americans, we are smart people. But unfortunately, we also live in an era where, in the age of TikTok and in the age of social media, and because whenever you make outlandish statements and crazy things that people do to gain viewers, that basically becomes viral, because people love to laugh, and then people also love to get shocked. So that's the era of another kind of situation that we are in. But we are also in the era of misinformation, disinformation. So without any further ado, first I would like to thank the sponsors and our great advertisers. Because of them, we are able to bring you this political analysis and critical analysis in terms of some very sensitive issues as well. But it's incumbent upon us to also stay focused. But I recognize that many people are busy with their daily routine and daily lives, so they may not get a chance to follow the news and then connect the dots and also understand all the various news sources, and especially credible sources. So without any further ado, I would like to thank our key advertisers, AITinsurance.com. That's their web address. You can connect with them from anywhere in the US, from East Coast to West Coast, they have health insurance, commercial insurance, auto insurance, home owners insurance, and you name it. And their number is 713-785-4000, and their web address is aitinsurance.com. Also, roopsari.com. A lot of people, they get married, during this time of the year as well. So if you're looking for men's shalwar kameez, even for men's wear, they got a lot of variety. Kurta pajama, traditional dresses, a lot of varieties, and sherwanis, hundreds of designs. Roopsari.com, and then they have new arrivals as well, and a lot of special deals even after the year end, and then the new year deals they have going on. And mention Zishan on air, mention my name. When you visit them, you'll get best variety and good discounts when you mention Zishan on air. And then Demasis.com, in terms of authentic Mediterranean cuisine. At Demasis restaurant, you will enjoy kebabs and lamb shank and chicken kebabs, what have you, and all kinds of salads, from tabbouleh to Greek salad to Mediterranean kind of cuisines, and authentic Mediterranean cuisines. At Demasis, they have many locations in Houston, outside of Houston, and many other cities of Texas, even in California, in Austin, Dallas. Demasis.com, you can go there, just look for their locations, and you will get their phone number as well. And visit Demasis.com, and visit Demasis in Houston. They have a location in Richmond. They have a location, and that's Richmond Street, and they also Richmond Avenue, and they also have a location in Sugarland. So that's where the First Colony Mall is. Those who are in Houston, greater Houston area, you will see them right next to Cheesecake Factory. So Demasis.com, that's where you can go and get all the names, and especially the location addresses and phone numbers. So this is the news that I would like to first share in terms of Levelsberger, who had ties to Colorado Springs, Colorado, and that's what authorities have said. And Sheriff Kevin McMichael of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, when he did his press conference. So he actually is a Green Beret Uniform Services. That's his ID they found in the truck. And then also it's reported that Green Beret, that's a very unique training. It's years of training and very specialized training. And what is a Green Beret? We'll talk about that. As you can see, they have this green wool hat as well, this cap that you can see in the picture as well. And in terms of some of the research that I did as well, and from Yahoo, you can see Green Berets are the U.S. Army Special Forces, comprising versatile troops with the expertise in unconventional warfare, special recon, direct action, counterterrorism, and counter-proliferation, among others. The Green Berets were among the first military units to enter Afghanistan after the 9/11 attacks, and have played an active role in several American military operations and wars over the years, including in Laos, Vietnam, El Salvador, Kuwait, and Iraq. So they are one of the very special elite special forces of U.S. Army, Marine Corps. I talked about SEALs earlier, and then the Marines as an example too. This is the map that Elon Musk and obviously Tesla, they provided in terms of where he stopped when he left from Colorado in his in this route with regards to how he reached, and the charging stations, what have you, from Wall Street Journal. And then this devastating picture that you see, the Cybertruck in flames, and then you see the Trump door, and the glasses, they were all intact because the impact went through the roof, that the roof was blown off of the explosives and some firecrackers and fireworks that basically also happened as a result of when this device went off. They said that he pulled in, the deceased, obviously, he shot himself as reported, and then his body also burned to death beyond recognition. So they are still waiting on DNA reports. I don't know if they came out or not, but basically was the latest that I saw. And then in terms of the passport and then his ID card, what have you. So you see that in the picture. The other person who was Shamsuddin Jabbar. So the man police suspect drove his car into a crowd of New Year's Eve revelers in New Orleans was 42-year-old. So he was 42 years old, Shamsuddin Jabbar. He is believed to have killed 14 people in what authorities are investigating as a terrorist attack before cops shot him dead. And then details are still emerging, but he has been living in Texas, and he has 2 daughters and had 2 previous wives. It's unclear what his second divorce happened, when his second divorce happened, but court files show that a restraining order was granted against him in 2020. The New York Times reported a court document that the suspect filed in August 2022 as part of a divorce proceeding said he worked at the accounting firm Deloitte and made about $120,000 a year. A ISIS flag then was found in the truck by cops following the attack after it had been attached to a pole on the truck's trailer hitch, the FBI said. Jabbar had only converted to Islam within the last year and was, quote, being all crazy, unquote, the new husband of his ex-wife said, the New York Times reported. And then it's further reported in terms of his criminal history. So after being arrested in Katy, Texas, which is just north of where I'm sitting right now in Houston, Texas, so north part or north east or west, depending on your location. But in 2002, that's when he was arrested for misdemeanor theft. He was also arrested in 2005 for driving without an invalid without a valid license. So that's basically what is being reported here. And then documents viewed by the U.S. Sun confirmed Jabbar had a real estate license from 2019 until it expired in February 2021. In YouTube video uploaded on May 12, 2020, Jabbar introduced himself as a team lead for the Midas Group and property manager at Blue Meadow Properties. He basically shared that he was born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, but was living in Houston at the time of the video. And remember, this video was shot and uploaded, I would say, on May 12th, 2020, as reported here. And then during his 10-year stint in the U.S. Army, Jabbar said he served as a human resources specialist and an IT specialist from 2007 to 2015. He was deployed to Afghanistan from 2009 to 2010. Between 2015 and 2020, he served in the Army Reserve as an IT specialist, the Army said. So that's basically this guy. So now I would like to also point out, because when I was doing some research, I also found out that when it comes to domestic terrorism, the biggest and most devastating attack that happened on our soil, on U.S. soil, that was the Oklahoma City bombing. That happened on the morning of April 19 in 1995. And that was also an ex-Army soldier and security guard named Timothy McVeigh parked a rented Ryder truck in front of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in downtown Oklahoma City. He was about to commit mass murder, and that was reported in fact, by the FBI.gov. This is directly from their website as well. So the Oklahoman, that's one of their news publication, his dad actually said, quote, he won't tell us where they're going to dump them. Bill McVeigh said he don't want us to have anything to do with it. A devout Catholic, Bill McVeigh, said he hasn't made peace yet with his son's afterlife. He said Timothy McVeigh has at least 5 of his 6 witnesses selected, and a spiritual advisor is not among them. And it's also reported that, quote, they are praying for me and for Tim. I get letters. I got 2 more today. I get them almost every day. I get 1 or 2, sometimes 3. The parish priest had a whole pile of them last night when I went to bingo, comma, that's reported, Bill McVeigh said. So I'm just reading word by word, even with commas, what was reported at that time, the Oklahoman. And then the Washington Post reported at that time, in his final hours, an appeal to God So Mikwe sent conflicting signals by seeking absolution from priest while ignoring bomb victims, and that's reported. So the reason I am also trying to share this with everyone, that this is a moment of truth for all of us. And unfortunately, some organizations, religious organizations, they even issued letters that, oh, it's not anything to do. I don't remember any letter that any church actually issued at that time, because why would church issue a letter? It has nothing to do with the church, and it has nothing to do with Christianity. And I think the same standard should be at play here when it comes to this guy who I consider a non-Muslim, Shamsuddin Jabbar. But unfortunately, in this era, it doesn't matter what I say and what sensible people say. We just want to always find a reason for hatred. So there is no place for hatred in our country, in my country, which is the United States of America. And this is where authorities and people who are in places of power, and power comes with extreme responsibility, and it will show how you will actually react to these kind of situations. That's where leadership matters. And I hope that as we move forward, we don't know how many lone wolves are out there and how many connected, what have you. That's where let the investigation continue. And that's where the FBI and our law enforcement, and especially people who put their lives at risk. Because remember, when this fella, especially in New Orleans, when he drove his truck to that street, that Bourbon Street, and he went inside, you will see some CCTV cameras captured that moment when the uniformed police and those police officers, they ran toward danger. So if you are in law enforcement, we thank you for your service. If you are a active duty service member, we salute you. We thank you for your service, and all those who serve the United States of America, especially who put their lives in danger. This is the land of the free and home of the brave. And when it comes to law enforcement, they do their job. And at the same time, it's also our job as citizens or as activists or whoever is in different walks of lives to also be brave. And this is home of the brave. So telling truth and not getting carried away in terms of emotions, in terms of not understanding this with proper context is also important, because then we are not acting with bravery. So that's just my 2 cents on this. Otherwise, who am I? I'm just like you. And thank you to all those who are watching me on YouTube Live, on Facebook Live, and then we will continue this in Urdu and Hindi on our regular traditional media. So please share this with others, because we want to make sure we always pursued in the happiness, but also pursued in seeking truth. And seeking truth, especially in this day and age, is not easy. There's a lot of information out there, and you have to sift through hundreds and thousands of documents and whatever is being reported in credible news organizations, what have you. And then information keeps on changing as well, and then they find more information. So again, thank you for watching. And again, we will share more information and more topics as we'll find out more in terms of this tragic events that happened, this past week in our own country, next Sunday at 6 p.m. as well. And we'll continue the program here with the traditional radio broadcast. Thank you so much. Signing off, Zishan Isaac. This is Zishan Isaac with the Zishan on Air. And please subscribe if you have not subscribed, and share this with your friends and family as well. Thank you.